It's a Tuesday edition of Red Sox Now. I'm your host, Mike Antonellis. I know, guys and gals, you are frustrated. So am I. We're going to get to a lot of stuff coming up, but make sure to comment and like this video. Subscribe as well. You can follow me on X and all my social media channels at The Radio Mike, as I'm one of the TV and radio broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox. Going a little Portland Sea Dogs trucker hat flavor today. And yeah, I hear you. I was totally frustrated just because I'm a broadcaster and I've been in the Red Sox system since '05, and I am a lot closer to things. I'm still a fan. And that 9-run, 27-minute inning was awful. And yes, we're getting to the point of being early is not excuses anymore. They're really not. And I wanted to put this right up here. This is from Alex Cora. It seems like there was a team in the Rays that was prepared for the other one. The other one wasn't prepared for them, Cora said, and that goes from the top all the way to the bottom. That wasn't a good night for us. I'll take the blame because it seemed like our team wasn't ready to go. And those are things you don't want to see in April. The Red Sox, if you missed it, and you probably didn't, they gave up 9 runs in the third and they lost 16-1. And I have seen some posts about their offense. That's ridiculous in a game like this. Let's throw the offense aside and give the offense a pass. You were down 5-0 through 2 innings in the big leagues. Forget it. And once that third inning happened, forget it. If the offense struggled, no doubt about it. I wouldn't put it on them last night, but I will get into some stuff about their offenses that is a concern because there are things that are going on right now that do need to change for this Red Sox club. But a really bad game last night against Tampa Bay. And, you know, the Rays just seem to be built the same way every year, regardless of who the personnel is. They seem to find young players, guys that you don't know of. Now, they're not off to a great start, but Shane Baz struck out 11 over 6 innings. Tanner Houck, that was tough to watch. It really was. 11 runs in just 2 1/3 innings. And Peter Abraham, one of the beat writers for the Red Sox, got this. Since 1901, no Sox pitcher had allowed as many as 11 earned runs and as few as 2 1/3 innings, Abraham wrote. The only one close was Doug Bird, who gave up 11 over 2 2/3 against the White Sox on May 24th, 1983. Houck is struggling. I saw people say, it's a Rays thing? It's not a Rays thing. He throws 3 pitches. That's a problem right now. It's hard in the big leagues to be a starter, but you can't get away with 3 pitches. They just eliminate. These guys are too good. And everything was up. I mean, if you have 3 pitches that you're throwing, the sweeper wasn't a strike, basically sinker splitter, sinker was up. That's easy. I mean, Dave O'Brien said it was batting practice for the Rays, but if you have 3 pitches and you're not commanding any of them, you have no chance in the big leagues. And why did Alex Cora let him go? Because you've been in a situation where you need guys to eat some innings. I know you have a day off coming Thursday. They had to use Fulmer last night. I don't know if Fulmer was going to start Wednesday because that is still undecided. So it's one of those weird situations where I think they did what they can to get through Monday. I think they wanted Houck to go 4, even if he gave up 7 or 8, just because you do have to plan for the next couple of days. But that is a concern to me. It has nothing to do with the opponent you're facing. The fact is that it's sinker, splitter, sweeper, and I don't know that stuff. No changeups, no four-seam, a couple of four-seam fastballs that looking on the stats portal that we're privileged to. Not many four-seam fastballs, but that's not going to work in the big leagues. You need a 4th pitch, and you cannot have 3 pitches where not one of them is working. That's tough. Big league starters, man, and it just shows you how good these guys are. But a really tough night for the Red Sox, and that it's tough to watch. I mean, I was with Tanner Houck in Portland, so it is hard for me sometimes when you see these guys struggling because I've gotten to know them. But it's been a tough start to the year, and I just think it's the stuff. It's just not there, and he doesn't have a lot to play off, which like I said, these hitters can really eliminate it. All right, and these are things right now. This is a fired up Tuesday edition. I'm fired up today because, again, I'm a fan, and this was tough to watch. But I know we are in an analytic world, and I know the Red Sox are big on it, which I'm not opposed to it. But it needs to be put aside when you're not doing the other things right. And the strikeouts are now getting ridiculous. You cannot, and I've heard a side of the analytics people that say strikeouts don't matter. You cannot strike out 14 times, which is what they did last night. Now, I don't blame the offense last night. Because we get down 5-0 after 2. Is that a game you could probably come back in? Possibly. But in most baseball games that I've watched over my career at every level, you get down like that early, you don't see a lot of big comebacks. But this is a problem. And it doesn't matter if it's early or late. 14 strikeouts out of 27 outs is ridiculous. It just can't. You cannot continue to strike out at this pace. So we're now past that early point because this is a lot of strikeouts for an 18-game sample. The Red Sox lead Major League Baseball with 179. So at some point, 18 games in with this many strikeouts, that needs to calm down a little bit. I know a lot of teams strike out in Major League Baseball, but this is ridiculous. This is getting to the point of absurdity, and you're just not going to win games this way. Firing the hitting coach, to me, is the most ludicrous take, and people that are going on the radio and tweeting these things is ridiculous. You got to put blame on the players sometimes, or even above Alex Cora. You can't just blame coaches. Come on. It's a Major League Baseball, and why would some players be okay right now? Christian Campbell's hitting. Trevor Story's hitting. Abreu's hitting. Bregman's been okay. But the strikeouts, I don't know. I see a lot of guys just missing fastballs. I don't know if you could put that on coaching. I can't put a finger and say that's that. It's just, it might be what you are. And you can't continue to have that. It's not going to work. Look at the Rays. Now the Rays ended up striking out 9 times. A lot of that, I think, it was later in the game. Winkowski had 3, Weissert had 2, Bernardino had 1. So through 5 innings, they had struck out 3 times. They were putting everything in play, including 2 balls hit to Story, which could have been questionable whether they were hits or errors. But you saw a lot of rewards with putting the ball in play. And also, too, when you look at some of the things last night as well, you had the pitching now is a 4.41 ERA, which is the bottom in the American League, and 20 errors is the worst in baseball as well. So those are things that we know can't continue. The Red Sox have to figure it out, right? They have to figure those things out. And the last thing, we want to get an update about the rehab news. The Portland Sea Dogs this week are going to have some major influence. Starting tonight, Brian Bayo is going to go tomorrow, by the way. Lucas Giolito is going to pitch against the Hartford Yard Goats. You like that name in Connecticut. So Portland at AA, and they're doing this because the Woo Sox are in Rochester, New York with some shaky weather. So you'll have Giolito Tuesday, Bayo Wednesday, likely his last rehab. They're going to need these guys. And Liam Hendricks is scheduled to pitch one more game. Not sure where that's going to be yet. So you have a chance to get 3 pitchers back. But we know those other things have got to get cleaned up. All right, a fired up edition. I know you're going to comment. I know you're going to like. This is probably going to be our most viewed YouTube video. I'm calling it right now. Turn the page. You got to turn the page, and you got to try to win this series. And the Sox and Rays will continue Tuesday. They'll continue Wednesday, and the Sox will be off on Thursday before returning home. Thank you for watching Red Sox Now on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And I'm your host, Mike Antonellis. Thanks, Fan Arch, as well, and have yourself a great Tuesday.